Halo Reach was quite the turning point for Halo. 3 years prior, Halo 3 had left a lot of people content with a sad but pretty great ending to the story of Master Chief. However, at the same time, there was kind of a hole left in its place. And while ODST was a great campaign, it didn't move Halo forward much, and people were still left wanting for the next big Halo game, if there were even plans to make one. That was until the E3 conference of 2009, when Halo fans finally got what they'd been asking for.
Gamma Station, this is Fermion RSO. Unconfirmed report of an in-system split space rupture.
Impossible. Check your source.
Reading multiple pings below the orbital defense grid.
Oh, this can't be happening.
There's no mistake. It's them. Winter contingency has been declared. All units are mobilized and ready.
This is Sierra 330, prep for combat insertion.
What the hell was that? We're coming in hot. Hold on. We just lost our bird.
Oh my god. What the hell is happening down there?
Down here.
They just dropped off my map.
Overrun. We'll hold this position as long as we can. I need you in that fight, Noble One. Noble One, come in. Noble One, do you read me?
This is Sierra 259. You got Spartans on the ground, sir. We're not going anywhere.
For 10-year-old me, this was such an exciting moment, especially considering my only Halo experience up to that point was playing the Halo 2 campaign over and over again on my original Xbox, and the occasional custom game match whenever my friend was over. But finally, it happened. My friend, who had a 360 before I did, got himself a copy of Halo Reach to match, and finally we could play. Dude, this game was so much fun. Me and my dumb kid brain were just awestruck by the campaign, and my friend and I would replay it over and over together. Until finally, he got Xbox Live too. And then almost every day of the week, I'd be going over to his house so that we could play split-screen multiplayer together. Eventually, I was able to get my own Xbox 360, and now it didn't matter whose house we went to for the day. We were playing Halo Reach either way. Invasion, Infection, BTB, the options to have fun felt endless, especially once we got Forge involved. My friend and I even came up with our own game mode called Forge Wars, where we would each pick a side of the map, build a base with whatever we want, and just go at each other. And who can forget custom games? Waiting for everyone else to start getting shot in Duck Hunt, praying for your life in Jump Rope and Speed Halo, and so much more. Alright, now that I've got my gushing out of the way, let me compose myself a little bit. Okay. So, I basically just listed everything that made Halo Reach special to me personally, but let's break it down a little bit more, starting with... So the campaign is fucking depressing. Okay, fine. I'll elaborate. Right as the game starts, the ending of the game is basically spoiled for you, as you're shown Noble Six's helmet laying on the glass surface of Reach. So the tone is set, and we cut to you, alive now, thankfully. It's here we get introduced to Noble Team. You're Noble Six, and have just been brought in to replace the previous Noble Six, who died tragically in a Halo Reach commercial. You're met by Carter, the leader of Noble Team, and then introduced to the rest of the team, June, Emil, Kat, and George. This is an ensemble cast, and it's not the first time for Halo, because looking back on it now, it seems like Bungie had made Halo 3 ODST as a sort of appetizer to get us used to ensemble casts, rather than being solely focused on someone like the Master Chief and just having some interesting side characters. And while arguably the cast of ODST was more human-feeling, Noble Team were much more impactful and frankly more iconic than the ODST squad. The main aspect that makes Reach's campaign stick out to me though, is just how hopeless it all feels. Like, don't get me wrong, all the other Halo campaigns have their dire moments, but damn, Reach's campaign just does not give you a break from that feeling once George dies. Which leads me to my next point about the campaign. Yeah, everyone, including you, dies. Well, almost everyone. And man, these really aren't overtly heroic deaths either. I mean, some of them just hit out of nowhere. George died thinking he saved Reach, only for it to be revealed 30 seconds later that the ship he just sacrificed himself to destroy was one of thousands. Kat, the tech genius of the squad, in a sort of tragic irony, is shot in the head out of nowhere. Carter goes down with the ship to simply buy you and Emil more time to get to the Pillar of Autumn. And Emil admittedly gets one of the more badass deaths.
Who's next? I'm ready! How about you?
But his death creates the need for Noble 6, meaning you, to stay behind and ultimately sacrifice yourself as well in one of the most emotionally effective Halo campaign missions to date. Though of course, nothing could ever top this. That's funny, huh? Because it's not actually, it's really shit actually. It's not just the main character deaths either though. Throughout the entire campaign, there are some honestly heart-wrenching moments of civilian and military deaths alike, with very few moments of respite and hopefulness. Reach was the first time we really got a feeling for what it was like to be in the middle of a full-scale Covenant invasion while it's happening. Something I don't think we ever quite got in any of the other Halo games. So yeah, the campaign is depressing, but at the end of it all, the message still remains hopeful. It's thanks to Noble Team that Cortana made it to the Pillar of Autumn, essentially making them responsible for helping the entire first Halo trilogy to play out as it did. And to top it all off, this campaign worked beautifully as a send-off for Bungie's final Halo game. So while a lot of this campaign delves into the hopelessness and tragedy of war, it simultaneously is a story about just how much impact one squad of Spartans, or in Bungie's case, a game studio, can have on history. Now this is the meat and potatoes, dude. This is where a majority of the childhood memories, and hell, even current memories lie. Co-op campaign, firefight, matchmaking, custom games, Reach had, and, well, still has it all. In terms of the main multiplayer, Halo Reach made quite a few changes from Halo 3. A lot of which were rather, let's say, divisive. But at the time, my only Halo multiplayer experience was playing custom games in Halo 2 or playing Halo 3's campaign at different friends' houses. Also, I was like 11, so I didn't exactly have any strong opinions on the addition of armor abilities. I just like blowing ghosts? I just like blowing up ghosts with armor lock. Made my brain go, hee hee, fun. Whether you were a fan of armor abilities or not, you'd be hard-pressed not to admit that Halo Reach influenced an entire new generation of Halo fans. Yeah, alright, armor lock is pretty busted, and reticle bloom sucks. But hey, we also got the Falcon, the grenade launcher, which I suck with, and Invasion, which 343 has yet to bring back for some reason. Okay, so what can I say about the Halo Reach multiplayer experience that hasn't been said already? Well, probably not much to be honest. But I'm gonna try anyway. As I said, this was the first time Halo got armor abilities, which basically meant those Halo 3 equipment pickups were now intrinsic and could be spawned with. Oh yeah, Halo Reach was also the first time Halo got loadouts, which spawned another, mixed response. Okay, loadouts and intrinsic armor abilities probably weren't the greatest idea for Halo either, if we're being honest. It ended up taking the focus away from Halo's sandbox and made the game similar to other shooters it once stood out from. But damn it if they weren't fun as hell sometimes. So yeah, match-made multiplayer definitely took a new turn, and not everyone loved it, especially the hardcore Halo 3 guys. But it's undeniable that Halo Reach shaped how the future games would play out, both aesthetically and gameplay-wise. 343 rode that armor ability train until Halo Infinite, as well as constantly relying on the nostalgia bait that the Reach armors provide. Which, I'm not hating on, I love the Reach armors, but like, look at Halo Infinite. Its entire new art style is basically just Reach and Halo 5's love child. And I'm not complaining, it looks great. But that just goes to show what an impact Halo Reach had. And speaking of which, that brings me to one of the best things Bungie introduced in Reach: the customization and credit system. While Halo 3's customization was really rewarding and had some great armor sets, in the long run, there wasn't a ton of stuff to unlock. And that's fine, it's Halo's engaging gameplay and chances for amazing moments that kept people playing for so long anyways. But for people like me, who like having shiny cool stuff to chase after, because I have a dumb ape brain, it would have been nice for Halo 3 to have more. But hey, look, it was 2007. Enter Halo Reach. Now, instead of just getting new armor unlocks through milestones and achievements, once you had a couple of specific armors unlocked, you need to purchase each one with credits, which were earned through challenges and simply playing the game. While you did lose that immediate satisfaction of finishing a specific achievement and getting a shiny new armor set, you also gained the ability to work towards and unlock armor in whichever order you wanted and at whatever pace you wanted, which was really nice. Not to mention just how many different parts of your Spartan you were able to customize. Honestly, it doesn't seem like any other Halo game has matched Reach's level of customization. And while Infinite has returned to the deep level of customization options that Reach had, the method by which you unlock the armor is still kinda eh. Look, a battle pass works for a free-to-play Halo, I definitely understand that, but damn, do I miss the credit system of Reach. Last, but definitely not least, is Reach's Forge and custom games. Halo 3's Forge was revolutionary and set the standard for a ton of different Forge traditions and custom game types. But I think Reach really took Forge to the next level and gave it what I consider to be its golden age. Why? Well, to start with, Forge World. This was without a doubt the biggest draw of Halo Reach's Forge, and for some reason still hasn't quite been replicated by 343. It was the largest map Halo had ever seen, which meant the opportunities for large-scale game modes and creativity increased tenfold. Even outside of just new game mode opportunities though, I think this iteration of Forge brought with it a larger cultural impact than Halo 3's. Now I don't mean the game as a whole, as obviously Halo 3 was still more universally popular. But in terms of the type of content that was created around the game, I think Reach's Forge really diversified what we already had. The internet was even bigger than it was when Halo 3 was at the height of its popularity, and as a result, we got even more Halo Machinimas, more YouTube series like Achievement Horse, more montages, basically more of every category of Halo content you might find online. And it really was just an amazing time to be a Halo fan. Really, I think a lot of these new changes that Halo Reach brought probably boil down to Bungie trying new things in preparation for Destiny, and like, fair enough. I'm always going to advocate for studios trying new things instead of just sticking to the safe option of what works. And it's not like it resulted in a flop or anything. Did it have its problems? Sure. It definitely turned off quite a few longtime Halo fans, but that's just bound to happen whenever you try and go in a new direction. You can't please everyone, you know? That being said, classes were, not really a good idea. Reticle Bloom sucked, and god, the focus rifle fucking sucks, dude. But honestly, I can't help but look back on Halo Reach as the epilogue to Halo's golden age. There's still things I love about Halo 4 and 5, but let's be real, they started a downward trend for Halo as a franchise, and only time will tell if Infinite will bounce Halo back to its former glory. But, I mean, so far it's looking good. Halo Reach was special because for better or worse, it ushered in a new age for Halo, and, to me at least, acted as a gorgeous swan song for the Bungie era of Halo. But I know that whatever the future of Halo may be, the story of Noble Team, the memories of Forge and custom games, and the relationships I built playing Halo Reach will always hold a special place in my heart. And for that, I'm grateful.